Okay, Genshin VA found out after making wild excuses for her crash outs. Let me guess. Guys, I'm autistic. Everything I said is because I have autism. Yeah, very, very cool. Pre-watched? I'm not, because she kept saying how she's autistic the last time we watched videos. I don't know anything about this. This is fresh for me. Yeah. I'm autistic! She's blaming AI. That is so strong. Okay. Chad, if I ever say something horrible, it's AI.
I'm sick to my fucking stomach right now. Literally.
As opposed to what? Not literally?
I'm also autistic, and I'm not good with words. I'm not.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Chad, you can't just use your disability for... Like, you can't do that.
As we're here, so today we're going to be looking at the never-ending English voice actor drama that's been going on for a couple of weeks now. And we're going to focus on this voice actor, Karina, who is the voice of Paimon from Genshin Impact, who continues to crash out over criticism of her supposed strike that she is supporting against Genshin Impact. Now, she is someone who immediately attacked the voice actor Jacob Takanashi for taking over the role of a character whose former voice actor had not provided any work for 6 months in support.
Can I just say that this guy got death threats from everyone, essentially? The ones that are against the strike, the ones that don't know about the strike, and the ones that just don't understand what's going on. Over a frickin' VA for Genshin. The ultimate bingo. Genshin Impact, VA, autism, and the strike.
Sort of a strike that was supposedly trying to get AI protections for anyone working with Hoyo.
That's
she
fine.
Said this wasn't a passing of the torch. She also was exposed for technically being a scab. She was chastising Jacob Takanashi for taking this role with
rules for me, but not for thee. This is why I hate that, like, you have to be a good person to, like, if you do certain things, it's not hard to be a good person. I hate that fucking crowd. What's the point of all this? It's to basically make a fucking movement look really terrible because they're so self-centered and make everything about themselves. That's what the ultimate, like, bottom line for this situation is. She could have kept her stupid mouth shut, and it probably would have been a lot better.
With Genshin under a supposed strike, while meanwhile she was still working with Genshin herself, but she had a special FICOR status that technically allowed her to keep working with this non-union project as a member of the SAG-AFTRA union. Then she went on to TikTok and was crashing out over and over again, saying crazy stuff like this.
Stop licking the boot as the caption. When you're literally hired by Hoyo to voice one of the main characters, if not the poster child, for the game. If anything, you should be the one stepping down. You have the most power. Like, what is going on? Damn, Paimon annoying in-game and IRL.
If
So
voice
funny.
actors, both non-union and union, in a video game want a game to go union, the game should go union. Nobody else's opinion matters. That's it.
Also, where is she filming? Is she filming outside? Like, not even in her house?
And YouTubers don't know anything.
Just know this is the person who's voicing Paimon. Every time you play that game, this is the person responsible for that character. But with their own research and basically common sense, a lot of YouTubers and X-users and just social media users generally were able to see the many flaws in what was going on with this particular strike, and especially with the help of this video by Joe Zija, who is a voice actor and teacher. He came out and made it very clear that the supposed strike against Genshin Impact and Hoyo was not formal. It was not a union set strike. This was more of a...
Well. What do we have here? I remember I got so much shit for being like, hey guys, we don't know if this is like a union thing or not. This could very well be just a bunch of people that are a part of a clique that just organized them themselves, and people were like, no, this is only for union members, but if you don't know about it, then like, then if you don't know about it, then you're just a piece of shit who's not like within the Genshin Impact or like the voice acting clique that organizes and cartels the mafia around English voice acting. I remember there was a few people that were scolding me and chiming in and saying like, oh, Alana, you don't fucking know anything, you're stupid. Yeah, what a great union. Like, yeah, they clearly know what they're talking about.
Social movement from all of these voice actors, and people like Jacob Takanashi had no responsibility to that union, and they did nothing wrong. And basically a lot of these striking union members, well, they were violating their own strike by continuing to work with Hoyo products.
Thank you. Why the fuck are you working for it? And besides the point, you are a massive VA. You are a huge VA. A Paimon, the poster child for Genshin Impact. You think you won't get another or even a better job than working for Hoyo? Really?
And they looked really stupid, including people like Corrine here. But anyways, she has continued to crash out and even say that some of the YouTubers, these awful YouTubers who are reacting to her, they're reacting to AI-generated videos of her, which is very rich because we've watched videos straight from her own TikTok and also looking at her own content. Do we really need AI when you're providing gems like this voluntarily? And exploring her account, there's even more that we...
Where's the source, by the way? What happened to providing a source?
Didn't even touch yet, okay? This video uploaded about a month ago, or exactly a month ago at this point, is just insane. It's talking about the strike. It's making these preemptive attacks on people who are criticizing her and her movement. And this video really epitomizes everything wrong with this voice actor and all of these self-righteous, virtue-signaling voice actors who are joining in on this supposed strike. Let's listen to the insanity.
Massive strike.
Hi, yes, you are seeing me directly in front of a toilet because
I've never once in my life filmed myself, like, next to a toilet. Like, in the bathroom? Sure, maybe. In front of a mirror. But, like, hanging your face over the toilet, like, and pulling out your phone to like, pull out your phone and hovering over the toilet. Yeah, I don't know.
I am disabled and I have been vomiting all day.
We're not even 10 seconds in, and she's weaponizing her disability to make you feel bad for her and to stop criticizing her. I mean, this is absolutely insane. And by the way, this is an 8.5 minute video. She's hovering over...
Please don't make me watch the whole thing. Please!
The toilet like her career is.
Please.
This is TikTok. This is a place for short form content, not an 8.5 minute video like a YouTuber desperately trying to extend the video just beyond the 8 minute mark so they can add basically ad roll breaks in because that's the minimal number of minutes required to do so. I mean, this is just ridiculous. True. Right off the bat, hovering over the toilet, trying to make you feel bad for her, and basically say, "Oh, you poor thing. Whatever you're saying, Queen, you're right."
But I'm on here to tell you guys, hey, for those of you that have demanded that I explain SAG and the strike right this second to you, because there's no other voice actors that will, I'm busy.
Interesting. Well, if you're going to make a public stance on something and make very inflammatory and aggressive statements about this strike, well, yeah, you should have to explain yourself. You're apparently the professional and the expert here. She has, in other videos, said that other people who are not voice actors, they know nothing. They're stupid. They're idiots. So
you're not allowed to criticize a movement or talk about it if you're not exactly in the industry? Yeah, that's a great thing to do, wouldn't you say? Like, all those people that struck, like, I don't know, like the school bus drivers or like truckers or the post people in Canada that did that strike not too long ago. You're not allowed to criticize them or support them because you don't work there. Yeah, that's exactly how their real life works.
Please enlighten us as to what's going on. Aren't you? Why are you surprised that people would want more information? Also, this excuse about being so busy is so rich to me. You scroll through her Twitter account, she is either tweeting or retweeting other people every waking minute of her day. In fact, looking at her account, I saw something that truly pissed me off. She retweeted this post from a VTuber attacking Banana Juju. Now, if you remember that name, it's a VTuber I defended about a week or two ago. That was the monkey-themed VTuber who has dreadlocks on her character that has fair skin. Banana. And people were saying was racist and cultural appropriation and all that stuff. And everyone rallied behind Banana Juju, and they gained a very quick...
No, not everyone. There was a decent amount of people that still called her fucking racist.
Following on social media. Now people are attacking Banana Juju for posting AI art that she clearly said was AI art and was not trying to pass off as legitimate. And you could see Karina retweeting someone attacking her and all of this stuff and saying, you know, she's...
Why are you censoring VTuber like it's a fucking slur? What?
Bootlicking Asmongold, and we're doing all this nonsense. So clearly, Karina has a lot of time. So I don't buy this excuse at all.
Dude. Vomiting into this toilet every 5 seconds. But also, tell me that you've never fucking tried to look for this information without telling me you've never tried to fucking look for this information. Not only me have I been public on here, but literally there are so many actors that have been on social media trying to explain what's going on. Kyle McCarley has posted stuff. There's literally Xeno's trying to post stuff right now about what's going on.
Do you know what this reminds me of? I remember there was like a TikTok of a woman that had like a miscarriage, and she was talking about how she had a miscarriage, but then she started crying and like screaming and thrashing on the bed. And I'm thinking to myself, like, if you had such a visceral reaction, I don't think I'd go through with setting up a camera in front of the bed with like a stand, and then going through with crying and having emotions in front of the camera, and then not only doing that, but looking at the camera afterwards, like looking at the phone, and then editing it down, adding music, and then going to TikTok and saying upload, yes, publish. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many steps to like posting things like this, and it's why people don't take you seriously. It looks fucking forced. I don't know, maybe she did vomit, but like, it's just there's so many steps to this kind of shit.
It's like the bullshit's just coming out of her mouth. You know, she can't even help. It's a natural
it's
reflex.
Fucked up.
Also, can we talk about these camera angles? What is going on? You know, like, okay, you're sick. That's fine.
Okay.
But you know what?
Sure.
I'm sure
maybe
there was
a
time during that day for a couple of minutes you could have just sat at your desk and recorded this instead of hovering over the toilet, acting like a martyr.
SAG after.
This is 16-year-old MySpace shit. I remember there was a very mentally ill girl at my school back in the day. Not MySpace, but like I remember her texting people and saying like, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna do it tonight. And then the next day, we'd find her at school and our friends would tell us what she texted them, and she'd like show us the text messages. And then we'd be like, hey, so what happened last night? She's like, I didn't go through with it because I changed my mind. And it's like, okay, that's great. You're alive. You didn't go through with it, but like you do this pretty often. Like, why are you doing this and then repeatedly doing this and posting evidence, man? Like, actually, like, this happened in high school or middle school. I can't remember. It was so, like, it was so cringe, and it made me question other people that would say stuff like that, which is fucked up. It really is.
It even has virtual town hall meetings that anybody can join for information about what's going on with the SAG strike. Non-union voice actors, hell, I've even known non-voice actors to join in those town halls because it's free for anybody to join.
No, it's not.
All the voices.
The comment says, Burrow said it's free, then you gotta pay $3,000. Based commenter.
Answers a lot of questions about what's going on with the strike right now. It is not just my job.
POV, you're the last chip in the Pringles can. Again, what is this angle? It's absolutely killing me, dude.
They need to, like, make it a circle so it's actually a Pringles can. Like, black out everything else and maybe, like, in the circle this big and be like, you're the last Pringles for Paimon to eat.
Tell you what's going on, and honestly, at this point, with as much misinformation as you guys are willing to make up without, like, there's so many sources out there of what's going on. Hell, one of the stupid YouTube channels that used my TikToks as a way to, like, bash SAG into strike or whatever.
Who was it? I'm genuinely curious. Who was it? Because the funny thing is, a lot of the coverage of this situation started about 2 weeks ago. I can think of a couple YouTubers who've covered this, like Hiro Hey, Muujin, myself, even like Asmongold has reacted to some of the videos. So I'm genuinely curious who she's talking about, because this was posted about a month ago.
It said
Who's the
that,
stupid YouTuber?
Like, if somebody joins the union, they can't work on non-union ever again. I'm in the union and I'm working on a Hoyo game. That's not...
So you're allowed to work on a Hoyo game? Like, huh?
Non-union. What? Crazy. Oh my god. What? It's almost like that's possible. Yes, there is technically a rule for that, but...
Rules for me, but not for thee. Or not for thee, but for me. Like, bro, it's poetry, man. Yeah, technically I broke the rule, but also there's a rule that lets me do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rules for me, but not for thee.
Trying to gaslight you and act like it's so easy. No. As a principal core of... Then
why did you shit all over the guy that lives in Japan that doesn't even know about the unofficial strike? Riddle me that. I would love to sit down and just talk to her. I don't want to be mean to her. I don't want to call her stupid. I just want to be like, so why is it okay for you to do it, but the guy that doesn't even live in America, who probably didn't even know about the strike, why are you allowed to publicly take a big fat stinky dump all over him, but it's fine for you? Like, make it make sense.
Joining SAG-AFTRA, you are not supposed to work with non-union companies. The only reason this particular individual is allowed to is because she has what's called a FI-Core status. It is a rare status that allows her to keep working on projects like Hoyo with limited union benefits. So she has a special status. That's the only reason she can keep doing this. Otherwise, people who don't have the status, like many of the voice actors who are joining in the supposed strike, they could face fines from the union or be kicked out of the union or face nothing if the union just decides they don't want to do anything about it. But clearly there is a rule against this as a principle of the union.
SAG also knows that if anybody works on non-union stuff, usually it's people that need the money, and they're not going to attack you for that because they are first and foremost actor first, especially.
Well, that's stupid. Okay, so we make exceptions for people because they need the money. Well, guess what?
What do you mean? Normal people with no disabilities can also need the money. Like, having a disability doesn't mean that you can just go around and give excuses. If anything, I think it's more empowering when you want to be treated like everyone else. Like, yes, you might need a wheelchair. Yes, you might need medication. But, like, I had a friend who, like, actually had a very disabled mom, but she never showed that she was disabled because she had a traumatic brain injury from being in a car crash. And, like, she still functions. She doesn't even have a disability card for her card, apparently. I asked her about it, and I'm like, oh, well, does she take disability? And she said no. They don't take disability, even though legally speaking, she could go after it. These people will take any chance they get to, like, use it as an excuse to be like, oh, well, I'm bad at driving because I have autism. Oh, I'm bad at driving because, like, I'm bad at dealing with people because I have a traumatic brain injury. Like, yes, it's valid, but you can't do this for every single thing in your life. And they clearly put this on their sleeve because that's the first thing they do every single time. Every single time they start up a TikTok, they're like, yes, I'm disabled. I have autism. Therefore, I can treat people like this. It's disgusting.
This is the real world, lady. Everyone needs money. Also, the guy you're criticizing and attacking, Jacob Takanashi, he's a married man and a father. Do you think he doesn't...
No, he's an incel. That's what he is, truly. He's hiding his incelness.
Need money?
By having a wife.
Yeah, he does. I can guarantee without knowing anything about his life, if you're a father and husband, and you're especially, you're working in the voice acting industry that is not very lucrative financially, you need money. So are they going to make an exception for him, which doesn't really matter because he's not even in the union anyways. This is so stupid. The rules can be bent because, well, I have a personal stake in this. I need money. Well, guess what? Everyone does.
For their
Get a
members.
job.
And I'm not saying that SAG is perfect, but bottom line is that the only way an actor is 100% safe in any contract is if it's a SAG contract. So let's say you even have a non-union contract that even has AI protection in it. Do you have the money for a lawyer? Because I bet you don't. Because when I wasn't getting paid for 7 months last year, okay, when that happened, I couldn't do anything because it wasn't a SAG contract.
Skill issue.
And I couldn't afford a lawyer. And then some fucker in Twitter was like...
Okay? What has that got to do with anything? Okay? Like... I used to not be able to afford toilet paper because driving all the way back to fucking wherever I lived, like, if I went to back and forth on gas, I had to, like, deal with not having toilet paper and I had to ration it. There's consequences and there's life. Like, it's not that deep, bro.
If that happened, people would sign up for a GoFundMe and help out immediately. Oh, really?
GoFundMe me some toilet paper.
Then?
Because no one wants to support you. What do you mean? This whole thing, like she's saying, like, oh, if I started a GoFundMe, where's the money? Well,
if you're a nice person, people will give you money. Like, there's people who get, like, GoFundMes for absolute bullshit.
I don't know. You'd have money if you're just, like, more likable.
True.
Like, I've seen people who are even controversial content creators start a GoFundMe.
Yeah,
or some sort of
true.
Crowdfunding campaign and do amazing. Recent examples, Smash JT. He started a GoFundMe for his lawsuit with Alyssa Mercante, the former Kotaku editor who's suing him. He raised like $60,000 in a few days. You think of other people like Chibi Reviews. Okay, he started a GoFundMe for potential lawsuits he's making against his harassers. He's raised tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, it's definitely possible. I just don't think Karina here has a lot of confidence in a GoFundMe because, well, who would support this?
When I came forward about not getting paid, where was that? Because it's unreliable.
It's so ridiculous. It's not reliable because I won't get the money because I'm a dickhead.
We shouldn't have to rely on GoFundMes to hold. We shouldn't have to rely on that.
I will say this. She's right that I think voice actors are underpaid. I think that's something that's agreeable. It's just the reality of the business. But if that's not enough to sustain your lifestyle or whatever needs you have, then maybe you should look elsewhere.
Yeah.
I think that's the hard but truthful reality of what we're talking about.
Also, the SAG strike right now, we're not even asking for a pay raise. We're literally asking for AI protection. And
You already
for,
have them.
Oh, do they?
You don't even know.
Low-cap actors to be considered actors, not just data. Okay?
Amazing.
You're telling me that companies can't sign that? If they
don't
are
need to.
Really not gonna... Hello? Also, non-union people can be in a union contract. They can do that. It's called a Taft-Hartley.
Can I just say that even if what she's trying to explain may be true, her hovering over the toilet and me having to listen to the hum of her fucking like bathroom fan is so incredibly annoying. I'm literally tuning out what she's saying. I can't understand it. Like, it's not helping. If she sat down and, like, said something, like, normally, like, at a chair, I'd be more inclined to listen. Yeah, the bathroom fan ambience.
Again, whatever.
By the way, if you want a better breakdown of the Taft-Hartley whole situation there and how that works, go back to this video. He explains it very well, but anyways.
But if there's only a certain amount of Taft-Hartleys that you can do before you become a must join. Okay, then as long as you don't work on another separate union contract again, you don't have to join until that moment. But it's $3,000 to join. Okay, and you want to know what? SAG also...
Not even like 2 minutes ago, she said, it's free! Go join!
Offers a lot of options to help you.
Yeah, just $3,000.
Yeah,
bro, who the fuck is $3,000 laying around too?
Basically, offer like a payment plan, by the way, and also that
a payment
money
plan.
That is required.
They're loan sharks. Get your little payment plan for a union, bro.
For the entrance fee that we can see right here. This $3,000, by the way, depends on the state you're in, so it can be even more, as Joe said in his video. His entrance fee was $4,000, which again, as a voice actor, that is a lot of money for them. They're not making...
And they're living in California, probably, too. Like, let's keep that in mind. Or, like, on the East Coast in New York. Yeah, because they're, like, voice actors. That's usually where they live. Like, they live in metropolises where it's really expensive to live. I'm just saying, it's not easy.
Great revenue to begin with.
Get that
and
money.
On top of that, you also have certain requirements, including work dues, that they take a percentage of. So this is actually very, very strange.
Wait. You get taxed? Work dues are calculated at 1.575% of covered earnings up to $1 million. 1.575% of 1 million. So they get $15,000. Like up to $15,000 every year if you earn $1 million. Like, granted, yes, like, not everybody's earning $1 million a year. I can't really imagine, but, like, holy shit.
And also, as pointed out...
On top of taxes, too. Like, if you live in California, that's so fucked up.
In Joe's video, you have to make a certain amount of money through union contracts annually to actually collect healthcare benefits, which is a very big thing, and something that a lot of voice actors who are joining the union will not be able to obtain. They won't get enough revenue through union contracts to receive those benefits anyways. It is a very, very big deal joining SAG-AFTRA. It's a big commitment and something that shouldn't be just kind of glossed over like she's trying to do here, because for some reason she has such a vested interest in getting people to join this damn union.
There's also a 30-day grace period too. Also, you know how long it takes somebody to become a must join? Usually years. Usually takes years for somebody to become a must join. Like, come on.
What? Wait. So if you're popular enough, they can, like... What's a must join? Like, if you make a lot of money as a voice actor, they start, like, hounding you? Is that what is that what it's implied? She uses telemarketer language right there. You know what it sounds like? It's fucking Scientology. I've watched so many videos about that. They're starting to use Teamster tactics. That's fucked, dude. Yeah. What?
I've known people that have been been SAG eligible for 10 years before, so I don't know why people.
It sounds like incompetence.
This is ridiculous. Also, people are claiming that if something was flipped union, it means all the non-union voice actors would be fired. Super fucking not true. What the fuck, dude? Stop just.
Well, okay, that. She is correct, but eventually you have to make a decision. I believe it was 30 or 60 days.
30 to 60 Or a must join is a non-union actor who works on a union project. After a certain period, they have to join the union or stop working on the project. Oh! So if you don't join, you can get kicked out? That's pretty fucked up, I'm not gonna lie.
You have until you have to make a decision to either join the union
or get kicked out.
Stop receiving the benefits of the union because the company flips, right? You're not immediately kicked out, but eventually you have to make a decision to join the union or to give up those benefits you're receiving as a result of the company going union. So she's correct, but she's oversimplifying what's actually going on here.
Saying shit. That's so stupid. But again, there are so many people online that have tried and done their best to explain SAG to you guys. So any of you claiming that, well, you voice actors just have never told us, bullshit. Bullshit. I'm sick to my fucking stomach right now. Literally.
Literally.
I'm also autistic, and I'm not
Guys, I'm a fox. Guys, I'm a fox. I'm sick down to my stomach talking to you and explaining to you guys. Also, I'm a fox and I'm autistic. I'm literally sick and I'm literally a fox girl.
I'm not.
This is so strong. Not even like a heartbeat. Like, not even a heartbeat has passed and she was like, I'm sick down to my stomach. I'm autistic. Like, I can't take you seriously.
Come on, dude.
The jokes write themselves, bro.
I'm sorry. What are we doing? Like, honestly, what are we doing? Okay, she's over the toilet. She's saying she's autistic. She wants every victim angle she can possibly go for. This is ridiculous. Okay? What you're saying online is getting criticism because it's ridiculous. You're misrepresenting what's going on here. You're playing the victim constantly.
It's so annoying to me that the Western culture has gone so far that you can hide behind, like, certain characteristics or immutable characteristics of being like, oh, well, you're criticizing me, it's because of X. It's like, no, I am criticizing your argument. I'm not saying you're... Like, I don't think anyone even brought up the fact that she was autistic and this is why her opinion is wrong. No one ever said that. No one did. If they did, they're stupid. People just said, hey, you're dumb, you're a scab, you're being a hypocrite. And she's like, I'm just getting attacked because I have autism. Chat, I have social anxiety. You can't criticize what I say because sometimes I say things and I don't actually mean it. And, like, I it just comes out wrong. And, like, you can't criticize me for fucking up.
Pride bullying. You're attacking other people for taking roles at a company that you also are actively taking roles for. This whole thing is ridiculous. And now you have individuals like this weaponizing their own autism diagnosis and their sickness and whatever they're doing right here to make you feel bad for daring to question anything they're doing. This is repugnant. This is ridiculous. This is the absolute state of the English voice acting scene right here. Let's continue on a little more.
But that's absolutely bullshit, because I've seen it. I've seen it myself. You just didn't look. Because you probably only follow YouTubers and not actual actors. Crazy, I know. Also, somebody brought up the fact that SAG at one point alluded to the fact that non-union actors were less than. First of all, every fucking union actor used to be a non-union actor at some point. So it was a...
Isn't that kind of a weird statement to say? Everyone eventually becomes a union actor. It's almost like you tell them to, or they lose their money, their project. What an odd thing to say, right, Mr. Chatter, right?
Well, yeah, of course every union actor was at one point a non-union actor. Like, are you born into the union? What kind of logic is this?
Ridiculous statement, but he didn't bring up the fact that the union actors themselves within the union actually blasted SAG for saying that. We all fucking told them off. All of us in the union told them that that was not okay.
You want a medal?
Also, that didn't happen during this strike. That happened during a previous strike. Why are you just mentioning it now? Because you just learned about it now? Because that's how far behind you are? Makes sense.
Oh my...
This is actually just a beautiful example of the Streisand effect. Nobody would have given a fuck if she never said anything. Like, they could have just done this strike and, like, nobody would have said anything, but she opened and several other people opened their stupid mouths. That's pretty much it. Yeah, and she's making the whole movement that they're doing look really, really bad. As a result.
God. Do you want people to know about your strike or not? Like, honestly, this is a genuine question. Do you actually want people to know about this? Because it's all about education and people understanding what's going on until they actually do. Then you say, well, you learned about it too late, or you're a YouTuber. Who cares? This is so ridiculous, man.
Bottom line is, you are not truly protected as an actor unless it's a union contract, or you are privately rich and can afford a lawyer yourself. But most voice actors are not rich. I've said that here before. I'm also going to bring up
true.
Somebody brought up that not every...
True, but I also think that you're voicing a mascot for a massive fucking multi-billion-dollar, like, video game. I feel like they'd be paying you pretty well. I'm not gonna lie. I would be impressed if they paid you less than $100,000. Yeah, an annoying mascot, sure, but I'm just saying, you probably get paid a pretty penny. You're not some side character in the game. You are the mascot.
Every actor wants to join the...
And voice actors get paid, from what I understand, per line or per word, depending. I don't know exactly, but I know it's not like per minute, per whatever, per hour. It's not like that at all. You get paid, and to top it off, her character's a recurring character, so she's very likely getting paid a lot for saying all that stuff. Yeah, you'd be decently paid at least.
Union. I also call bullshit on that, because how else are they going to work for Disney or
oh, that's rich.
Work for DreamWorks or work on AAA projects like something like
Yeah, subtle flex. Anyways,
wow.
No.
Cringe.
There are plenty of people, I can guarantee, in all walks of life, including voice acting, who don't want to be a part of a union. That's life. A lot of people don't want to be a part of a union. They don't see the benefit, or they think the benefit is not worth it. It's not worth the cost. And also, as we've heard from Joe, for example, joining the union prevents you from about 80% of voice acting opportunities.
What?
So the fact that you have some union related opportunities doesn't overcome the fact that you've given up a lot because you're not supposed to work on non-union projects
80%?
as a union member. And of course, it's easy for
most projects aren't union because you have to work on non-union jobs. God damn, 80%? I didn't think it was that high.
Someone like Karina here to say because, well, she is FICOR status, so she's been able to continue working with Genshin, a non-union contract, despite being a part of the union. She's got this special exemption that she is capitalizing on while chastising others for operating as a independent outside of the union and taking opportunities as they come. But anyways, there's like a minute left. It doesn't get any better. Nothing really important to cover in the final minute or so. So that is going to do it for this video. I appreciate you guys hanging out and reacting to this video. I'm a little tired today, I'm not going to lie. I was up till like 8 in the morning playing some classic hardcore WoW. My Shadow Priest got Shadow Form finally in his mount. So, you know, shiny, fun stuff. Couldn't stop playing. And if you understood anything I just said, please like this video. And also like this video if you enjoyed it, because that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
That's powerful. Damn. I didn't know you enjoyed WoW. Ah, very nice, very nice. We need protections because I wasn't paid for months. Her not being paid wasn't due to Hoyo, by the way. Was it because of the union? Good lord, man. Crashing out on the toilet. Chat, if I'm ever crashing out on the toilet, please kill me. Like, drop an anvil on my head. I give you permission. Like, crashing out, like, okay, whatever. Like, that's fine. Crashing out on the toilet! Crapping out? Okay, man. You're done. That's I don't know. I'm grossed out by, like, the fact that you'd voluntarily, like, film yourself next to the toilet bowl. Like, I understand having to throw up in the toilet because you're feeling, like, actually violently sick. Like, I get it. Like, you don't have a choice usually. But, like, you're filming yourself next to your poo-poo toilet. You're not even throwing up. You're getting poo-poo particles into your mouth for free. Like, what are we doing, man?